Hi ladies, today I just wanted to come and do a really quick video for you guys. It's not going to be a makeup tutorial, but I've been getting a lot of requests for my favorite brushes that I use on a daily basis. So I just wanted to come and show you guys. If you're interested, please keep on watching. So I have 7 different brushes for you guys that I'll be going over today. And even though on a daily basis I use a whole lot more, there are a few that I just can't live without. So I wanted to go and do a quick review on these brushes so that if any of you are new to makeup or just looking to invest in some brushes, you might want to consider these. They're really good brushes. Now, the majority of the brushes that I use do happen to be from MAC. That's just really the only brand that I've gotten to experiment with so far. But aside from MAC, there is one other brand, and it's, I hate that I don't know the name. Oh, actually it's on here. It's Essence of Beauty, and this is a CVS brand. I know they carry them at CVS, maybe Target and Walmart. I'm not positive, but definitely CVS because that's where I got mine from. And the reason I even know about this brand is because a couple years ago, I went in one day and there were a few brushes at the MAC counter that I really wanted to purchase. And when I got to the counter, it ended up being like a couple $100s. And the lady was like, instead of getting all these MAC brushes, there's a few of them that are just as good in the Essence of Beauty brand. And I went to CVS to check them out on my own, and the woman was telling me how the quality is excellent, that they last a really long time. And she actually said that that's what she uses, herself too at home. So I definitely thought it would be worth the try. So I went in, and my first favorite brush that I wanted to show you guys is this Essence of Beauty foundation brush. And I do apologize, I've used all of these brushes today, and I wanted to do this video for you guys before the sun went down completely. So I didn't get a chance to clean my brushes, so they are dirty. So Essence of Beauty is the brand, and this is their foundation brush. It applies makeup perfectly. It's even coverage. It's very soft synthetic bristles. And this brush, I wish I could tell you how much it was, but I can't remember. I got it probably 2 years ago, and I don't use it every single day because sometimes I go back and forth between powder and foundation, but I've used it a whole lot in the past year or two that I've had the brush, and I've washed it numerous times. The only thing that's faded since I've been washing it is the handle, the name of the brush. But other than that, it doesn't shed. The bristles are still very soft, and the coverage that it gives you is great. It applies makeup very evenly, and it's not harsh or hard on your skin at all. I love this brush, and it's definitely my favorite foundation brush, liquid foundation brush. Now, as far as, I have 2 more face brushes that I really cannot live without, and this is the 109 brush from MAC, and this brush is a multi-purpose brush, which is mainly the reason why I'm just so in love with this brush. Again, it is very soft, and I love how it's so small and dense. Like, this brush, when you pack it together like this, it gets so dense, but it's still very soft. And the reason this brush is so awesome is because you can use it to contour. Because it's so small, it'll fit into the hollows of your face very well. And actually, I used this brush to put on my blush today. So as you can see, it gives like a very airbrushed effect. It's great for just buffing and blending makeup out. So if you go in a circular motion, it'll really work it into your skin and make it look very flawless. So I love that brush for contouring and blending. Like I said, it'll fit into the hollows of your cheeks very well, like right in here. and also like your temples. I like because it's not too big, it's very small, so it'll, like I said, it'll fit into all those places. If you want to contour like your nose, it's small enough to do all of that stuff. Your jawline, this brush is great. And then the main thing that I really do use this brush for is for powder foundation. Because it's dense, it allows you to, you know, get the powder on the brush, and you can push it into your skin a lot better than like a fluffy brush, which would not work at all. So this brush, because it's so dense, it'll allow you to kind of spot treat certain areas, and you can push the product in and then go in circular motions to buff it out. This will give you really, really great flawless airbrush coverage. Love this brush. And again, this is the 109. I haven't seen another brush that's like this. I went to the MAC counter like 3 or 4 different times just to get this brush because it was sold out every time. So that could just be the Atlanta store. I know the Perimeter location is the only pro store that Atlanta has right now, and so their product isn't always stocked up. But this brush was really hard to come by, and if you have a chance to go in and get it, you should definitely do so. I wish I knew how much this brush was. I want to say maybe $39. Really not sure though, not positive, but it's the 109. My next favorite face brush is the 182, which is MAC's Kabuki brush. And this is another brush that took me forever to get. And it's not because they weren't in stock, but it's because it was so expensive that I just couldn't wrap my mind around spending, I think it was like $50 on a brush. So you know, since then my habit's gotten a little bit worse, and there are other brushes that I spent like $75 on, which I think is ridiculous and I probably would never do again. But this brush, back when I got it, was the most expensive brush I ever even dreamt of having. But every time I went to the MAC counter, I just found myself playing with it and just toying with it, and it's the softest brush I think I've ever felt. And the reason I love it so much is because not only is it soft, but it's just so small. And like most Kabuki brushes, I just love how you can just throw it in your bag, and it's just discreet and small, easy to carry. But aside from all that, what it actually does is, just like the 109, it is a pretty dense Kabuki brush. And so I also use this brush to apply my powder foundation. And same thing as the 109, it's just a lot bigger. So you're not going to be able to really contour with it, but if you're going to use it to apply like blush or foundation all over your face or powder, it's really going to work it in there and get it really buffed out for you, so it looks very airbrushed again. So again, I wouldn't really use this one for contouring because it's obviously too big to get into your crevices, but or your hollows. But as far as really working product into your face, this brush is great. So yeah, I think it was like $45, or actually it was $47. Okay, so that's it for face. Now I have 4 eye brushes that I absolutely love and want to go over with you guys. The first one is the 217, and this is, I think, everybody's favorite brush. This brush is also a multi-purpose brush. I can't remember how much it was, maybe $27. Not really sure, but this brush, most cosmetic brands do carry a brush that's very similar to the 217, but I haven't really found one that I like quite as much as this one. You can use this brush for anything. You can use it really to do your entire face if you were really that pressed, but I mean, it's a small tip, so you might be there for a while. But I use this brush to spot treat like pimples. If you have, you know, any blemishes or redness in your face and you have concealer, you can just, it's small enough to get to individual spots on your face. And because it's a blending brush, it'll really, you know, buff out and blend out product wherever, if it's on your eyes or your face. So you can spot treat with concealer. I use this for my mineralized concealer under my eyes, just because that area is so sensitive and thin. You don't really want to use a brush that's too hard, rough, or even your fingers sometimes can be a little too rough if you're not cautious and consciously gentle around that area. So I just apply a few dots of mineralized concealer and then just very lightly go in circular motions, and it buffs it out really, really well. Also, again, you can contour like the sides of your nose. I use it sometimes to put, my bronzer right here in this little crevice, just because it's such a small area, but this fits perfectly. You can use it for your hollows on your cheeks, but most commonly, most people just use it for their crease or to blend out makeup on their eyes, eyeshadow. This brush will really blend your eyeshadows perfectly if you're trying to do a smoky eye or whatever the case. I did my whole eye today with this brush and this brush alone. Okay, so I have 3 more brushes for you guys, and these are all for the eyes. And these brushes, I do apologize that this next one is really, really dirty. I just used it, and again, I didn't have a chance to clean it. But this is MAC's 242. The reason I love this brush so much, and this one, again, it doesn't have to be from MAC. I mean, it's just a concealer brush, but the reason I love this one so much is because not only do I use it for, the face and concealing blemishes and things like that, it is a small brush that allows you to just get into, really tight areas around your nose or whatever the case. But the reason I really like this brush and what I really use it for primarily is for my eyebrows. So you know how when you fill in your eyebrows and you want to clean it up with some concealer, this brush really takes on the shape of whatever direction you're kind of going in. Not sure if that makes sense, but for example, if you like dip it into concealer and then, as you can see, hopefully my camera focuses, but if the product is on it, it'll get very, it'll follow whatever shape you want it to follow. And so if you're trying to get a very sharp, precise line, it'll allow you to kind of really carve out your eyebrow. I love this brush so much. I have a lot of concealer brushes, and they're all different shapes. I have the 212, or yeah, I think it's a 212 brush. It's rectangular, square topped. That brush is great, but it doesn't it doesn't conform to the shape of the product, the shape that you want it to go in. I like it because I can carve my eyebrow out, but the angles are very sharp. It doesn't allow you to kind of draw and shape things the way this brush will. So definitely, if you're looking for a concealer brush, try the 242. It's a great, great brush. This next brush is a Sonia Kashuk brush, and even though I said a second ago that I'm only familiar with MAC and Essence of Beauty, I say that because this is my one and only Sonia Kashuk brush. I've heard really great things about them though, so if you're looking for budget-friendly brushes, definitely check them out. But for me, this is the one and only brush I have from them. This brush is great. I talked about this in my favorites video. The reason I love this brush so much, first let me tell you what it is. It's the Bent eyeliner brush, and if you're new to liquid or gel eyeliner, I would definitely try this brush. I would get this brush right away, or you'll probably hate gel eyeliner. This brush makes it so easy. The application is easy every time with this brush. Because it's bent, it allows you to really get the eyeliner, and I had trouble explaining this the last time, but because it's bent, you're not in your own way when you're trying to look in a mirror and do your eyeliner at the same time. You're not on top of your eye so that you can't see what you're actually doing. Because it's bent, it allows you to hold it away from your eye. That way you can see exactly what you're drawing on at the same time. You can do it this way, or you can even do it this way. And it's bent again, so it allows you to really get in there. And not only that, but the tip is super thin. A lot of eyeliner brushes are not very thin, which makes it difficult to really, for example, this 209 brush, it's a cool brush, but it's very thick. It's not fine. So your eyeliner is gonna come out a lot thicker than it would if you use this brush. If you like very thin eyeliner or very close to your lash line, this brush is great. And even if you don't get this brush, you should still get a very fine tipped eyeliner brush. My last brush, this brush is incredible. Like, you need to get this brush. It's a 286 brush from MAC, and it's a dual fiber blending brush or crease brush. This one, as well as the 217 that I was talking about earlier, this brush can multitask. You can multitask, it's multi-purpose. But you can use this, it's very soft. So there's two different kinds of bristles. Okay, you have your synthetic bristles on top, which are the white hairs, which just very softly, you know, graze the color. And then if you push harder, a little bit, you know, firmer on the brush, those natural fiber hair, or those natural hairs on the bottom, the black bristles will really buff out that color. So I use this just like the 217. I use it to buff out concealer under my eyes. You can use it to contour if you wanted to. Or the reason this brush is so great is because it's a little bit, you know, well, it's a lot of bit finer, not finer, but more narrow than the 217 brush. So it's really gonna allow you to get into your crease in ways that this brush won't allow you to do. So it's gonna get a more precise and tighter blend. This one is gonna disperse the product better. It's gonna buff it out, more airbrushed. But this one is really gonna let you get into your crease, or that actual defined area if you're trying to reach, you know, just a specific area on your eye. It's a fine tip, so it'll allow you to get your tear duct, whereas this one is going to be a little bit more tricky. So if you wanted to dip it into some pigment, it'll allow you to get in there perfectly. This brush is so great. I love this brush, and I was very hesitant to get it at first, but I did, and I'm so glad I did. I actually want to buy a bunch more because it's just, I don't want to ever be without it. Okay guys, so that was it for my brush review. I hope, you know, this tutorial was helpful, not tutorial, but this review was helpful in some ways. I apologize for not, you know, knowing the prices off top. To be honest, this was just a video I wanted to hurry up and do for you guys, just so I can keep my videos coming and whatnot. But please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe.